Dear students, so already we have discussed the different regulatory authorities and agencies across the world. So today we will learn the regulatory authorities and agencies of India. So before that, so why these regulatory agencies are important for us? So mainly they are responsible for effective drug regulations required to ensure the safety, efficacy, and the quality of the drugs as well as the accuracy of the drug informations available to the public. So regulatory bodies provide a strategic and operational directions and the support for the working within the regulations to speed up the development and delivery of safe and effective healthcare product to the individuals across the world. So new drug and discovery and their developments begins in a laboratory with various scientists where they can search for chemical and biological substance. They target this lead to have the drug-like effects. So out of almost 10,000 new chemical entities identified at the discovery process, approximately 10 are generally found to be safe and which are tested in the human volunteers after preclinical evaluations. So out of these 3 to 6 years of the clinical testings will take where this undergoes various applications process, that is like IND applications, ND applications, then finally they got the approval. So in India, we have Central Drugs Control Organization. So what is CDSCO? So in India, there is no separate regulations for regulating the import, manufacture, distributions or sales of medical devices uh, for with any agencies. So Government of India has passed Drug and Cosmetic Act in 1940 and the rules in 1945 to regulate all these activities in India. So drug and health, which is co-current list in Indian constitutions, are governed by both central and state government under this act. The Government of India, their regulatory authorities at the center, that is Central Drug Standard Control Organizations, and the office of is CDSCO, where the leader, which is we call Drug Control General of India, that is DCGI, and the state, which is State Drug Control Organization. Also, we can call this one as SDCO. So these are central and state licensing authority of India. So first we will discuss what is CDSCO. So CDSCO, it is a National Drug Regulatory Authority of India, which assigned to functions with the help of Drug and Cosmetic Act 1940. It is a national regulatory body of Indian pharmaceuticals and medical device under the Directorate of Health Services. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare of Government of India, the headquarters of this CDSCO located in FDA Bhavan, New Delhi, and it compromises of 6 zonal offices, 4 sub-zonal offices, and 13 port offices, and the 7 laboratories spread across over the India. The zonal offices deal with the pre-licensing and the post-licensing inspections, audits, also the post-market surveillance, and recall when there will be the needed of that post-market product. The Drug and Cosmetic Act 1940 and 1945 have give the responsibilities to the central and state regulators for the regulations of drug and cosmetic in India. The CDSO is constantly working to bring out the transparency, accountability, and the uniformity in the service in order to ensure the safety, efficacy, and quality of the medical product which is manufactured and imported and distributed in India. So this CDSCO serves the parallel functions to the EMA, like European Union, their regulatory bodies is EMA, then Japan PMDA, US FDA for USA, then for UK that is MHPRA. So the government of India has planned to bring all the medical devices, including the implants and contraceptives, under the preview of CDSCO. Within the CDSCO, the DCGI regulates the pharmaceutical and medical device under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. The DCGI advises on the issue of regulations of the import drugs by the drug works in a close contest under Central Drug Laboratories, that is CDL, to perform the quality control test. So what is the organizational structure? Before that, we will go for the mission and vision. So if we see the mission, that is to protect and promote the healthcare in India, and the mission is to give the safeguard and enhance the public health by assessment of safety, efficacy and quality of the drug and cosmetic and the medical devices. So before going to the functions of the Central Drug Standard Control Organizations, let's see the organizational structure. So the DCGI is the key official, means the Directorate of General of Drug Controller General of India is the key official in the CDSCO. This organization comprises the CDSCO headquarters, zonal offices, sub-zonal offices, and state drug control organizations and drug testing laboratories. The organizational structures of CDSCO is like we are under the different laboratories or the different headquarters present all over the India. Like we have the North Zone, that is in the Ghaziabad. So their deputy drug controller is present and assistant drug controller is present, and this mainly looks after the Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu Kashmir, Punjab, Rajasthan, Uttaranchal, Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, and the Chandigarh. And East Zone, where we can say the Kolkata, there are also the regulatory authorities, which includes the Deputy Drug Controller and the Assistant Drug Controller. So this East Zone includes mainly the Andaman and Nicobar Island, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Bihar, Jharkhand, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Orissa, Sikkim, Tripura, and West Bengal. The West Zone, that is Mumbai, there also Deputy Drug Controller is present, Assistant Drug Controller is present, and this West Zone mainly includes the Chhattisgarh, Goa, Daman and Diu, then Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra. The South Zone, that is the headquarters present in the Chennai, there also Deputy Drug Controller is there in the regulatory authority bodies, then Assistant Drug Controller is there. And this zone mainly includes the Kerala, Pondicherry, Tamil Nadu. Then your next zonal offices, that is in Ahmedabad, there also Deputy Drug Controller of India is there and Assistant Drug Controller is there. And these zonal offices mainly looks after the Gujarat. Another one more zonal offices is there in the Hyderabad, which is look for the Andhra Pradesh. And the authorities, there is Deputy Drug Controller and the Assistant Drug Controller. So these are the mainly zonal offices present all over the India. Then the sub-zonal offices. So sub-zonal offices, where we can see the city like Bangalore, Varanasi, Goa, Jammu and Kashmir, Indore, Guwahati and Baddi. So in these sub-zonal offices, in Bangalore, Deputy Drug Controller will regulate the everything, and the Assistant Drug Controller. In Varanasi, Assistant Drug Controller of India, In Goa, Deputy Drug Controller. Jammu and Kashmir, Director in charge. Indore, Assistant Drug Controller. In Guwahati, Deputy Drug Controller of India and Assistant Drug Controller. And Baddi, Deputy Drug Controller of India, regulates the this sub-zonal offices. So, including, as I have said, the CDSCO have zonal offices, sub-zonal offices, and port offices. So, there are mainly 6 zonal offices and 7 sub-zonal offices, and there are 11 port offices are there. So, these port offices are located like in Delhi, that is Delhi Airport, in Kolkata, Kolkata Airport, Mumbai Airport, then Mumbai Sea Service is also there, then Indore Airport, Chennai Sea Port, that is Chennai Airport is also there, then Hyderabad Airport, Kochi Seaport, then Visakhapatnam Seaport, then Krishnapatnam Seaport. So these are the ports which is under the CDSCO, which regulate this import and export of the drug, which are distributed all over the India. So next is these are the central offices. Next is the central drug control organizations. So under central drug control organizations, there are mainly 2 levels. At the central and state government level, the CDSCO is the central drug authority for discharging the functions assigned to the central government under Drug and Cosmetic Act, whereas this central drug control organizations is the state level drug authority and discharging the functions assigned to them by the CDSCO. So state drug control control organizations mainly deals with the licensings of the both manufacturing and the sales premises of the drug control and cosmetic of India. So what is the organizational structure? So under state drug control organizations, there are mainly one technical body is there, where joint director of the drug control, mainly the blood bank, then your deputy controller of the drug control, that is allopathic, then deputy director of the central drug control, Indian system of medicine, and then deputy director of the drug control, that is intelligence wings, legal advisor, drug inspector, then one more legal advisor, which is gives the legal opinion in all the cases related to the directorate. Next is the administration's body. So under administration's body, there will be your assistant director of the drug control, then assistant accounting officer, then supporting staffs will be there. So after that, there will be the another body, that is drug testing, where the government analyst will be there and analyst will be there. Next is the officers. So there will be the assistant director of the drug control, then senior drug inspector, then the drug inspectors will be there. So what are the main functions of this central drug authority? So mainly the functions, first we can say, that is the laying down the standard of drug and cosmetic diagnosis and devices. Next is to measure the regulatory measures, amended and acts and rules. So next function is the regulate measures and the amended which are given by this authority. Next, regulate the marketing authorizations of the new drugs and to regulate the clinical research in India. Also to approve the license to manufacture certain categories of drug license and central license approving by this authority. That is for blood banks, for large volume parenterals, vaccines, and etc. Also to regulate the standard of imported drugs. Next is the central testing of drug by the central drug labs. Then one more function is the publications of the Indian pharmacopoeia. Then functions of the state authority. So the functions of the state authority to license of drug manufacturing and state sales establishments. Next is the licensing of drug testing laboratories. Next, approval to the drug formulations and manufacture. Then monitoring the quality of the drug cosmetic manufactured by the respective sales unit and those marketed in that state. Next is the investigations and propositions in the respect of contradictions of legal provisions. Next is the administrative actions. Next, pre and post licensing inspections. Then recall of substandard drugs, which is after post marketing. Next is the functions of the port offices. So they will scrutinize the bill and entry of the and ensure the imported drugs comply with the regulations. Next, to check the shipping bills for the export for the statistical data and keep the control under the regulations. And next, to ensure that no drug imported into the country unless the imported permitted by the drug licensing authority under the rules 122A and 30AA. Next is to ensure small quantity and drug imported for the clinical trials or for the personal ensure permitted under test license, that is 11 and 11A, and permit license, that is 12B. And in case maybe the maintenance of the statistics regarding the import and export of drug cosmetics. Next is the coordinations of custom authorities. Next, the coordinations with the state drug control and zonal offices for the post-import check. Next is the preparations of monthly and quarterly and annual reports. Next, to draw the samples from the import and export under the import consignment. So responsibilities of the state authority, that is the manufacturing, sale, distributions of drug license, should be tested in the drug testing laboratories, state drug testing laboratories. Then approve the drug formulations and manufacture. Then carry out the pre and post licensing inspections. Then overseeing the manufacturing process for the drug manufactured by respective state unit and those marketed in the states. So mainly these central drug organizations where the central and state authorities are there, and they will check whether the export, import, then manufacturing, including your clinical trials, everything they will regulates with different laws which is given by the CDSCO under the help of DCGI, that is Director of Health General of India. So these are the responsibilities of CDSO which I have discussed before only, and there's the approval process of new drugs, that is IND and ND applications, already we have discussed. So next class we will discuss the regulatory bodies of Japan. Thank you so much.